Welcome back to week 12 session review of my Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So the session starts off with the group waking up from the yawning portal and heading back to the manor to meet up with Vengeance and start selecting a new crew to start running the tavern for them as they're out doing their business as their TrollSkull Manor up and running again. They give Tog some more gold for the final upgrades, and then they head off to spend some of that sweet gold that they won at the tournament. So I want to talk about the slice of life opportunity in this section of the module. I'm going to be putting this in like a new section, not for my PCs. So in the module, there's Dragon Heist, Chapter 2. They get this manor that they're building up, and as a group, they spend about the same amount of time as most people online. As I did some research and looking into this, a lot of people did kind of like a slice of life thing, where the members spent a lot of time, 3 to 8 sessions, just living and role playing inside the manor and walking around the city and role playing within each other, just going through daily lives. My group really are task orientated, and they look for like the next thing to check off and keep the story going and keep progressing forward with the game. And I believe, there's no issue with either way. And I believe we're having a fucking blast playing. But this is something I wanted to kind of point out, as if you decided to run this game, kind of to realize that there is a moment in time where in this module, your players may not be doing any of the story of this game for a very long time. I did add my own kind of stuff, a tournament and stuff like that, to kind of add some more stuff to it, because I knew my players were task orientated. So it's a good thing to realize what kind of players you have. So they figure out what everyone wanted from the shops and got their goods, and they all kind of started to finish up some open faction missions that they had. And at this point, we had a fun moment when they got back, and they start discussing how the business should be ran. So they did kind of dip a little bit into that like group role play for a little bit, but not as much as like other people I've seen online. After that, Work and Vengeance finished up a couple more quests for the Harpers, while the rest of the team cleaned up the city and of trash on a mission for the Lords of Lions. They did switch off on and off. So talking about faction missions, I just don't like them very much. They give almost no rewards, but they also are just busy work that, at least that's the way I see them. So like giving them rewards of a lot of gold or items, it's hard to do, because it's like you're not doing anything except looking for a horse. Like, it's very uninspired content of this one. I think the best ones by far are the ones that I specifically took and went, oh, this is a cool idea, so I'm going to make a whole fucking big mission out of it. And I just kind of wish they gave us a bit more in the faction mission part of this module to make these a bit more rewarding and making people want to do them. I know that some of the rewards that the factions have, that I'll throw up on the screen, that I found online, that they drove some of my players to finish certain faction missions up, because they wanted to get to, I want to hit this rank so I could learn a new language, or I want to hit this rank because I would like that +1 cloak or something like that. We do a couple of time jumps to finish up the Lords of Lions mission. Like I said, like this one was just it's 10 days of walking around. You do a couple rolls for random encounters, and I guess I could have made this longer and thrown some more things to it. But like I rolled some tables that I found online for it, and literally just gave me nothing except they found some fucked up body inside a bag. But it's just, I wish they had a little bit more, and it takes 10 days. So, I mean, it was cool because they got, a week towards their language. And they decided to do a week or so of cold openings to get their new members of the TrollSkull Manor trained up, or at least the ones that are less experienced trained up, and also to gain some more buzz around the opening, which was actually a really smart move by the players, because through this, their accountant, pretty much the tavern boss, Toggs, the brother of Bonnie, figured out some better positions for the less experienced members of the TrollSkull staff, which I believe will end up making the TrollSkull Manor run a little bit better, at least in the sense of my roles that I'm going to be doing behind the table, in the sense of like how much money they make every week. Now our last time jump, we get about a day away from the grand opening. They're all enjoying the morning. It's about 8 a.m. Z2 is out in front impressing passerbys, trying to draw more attention. Draven's sunbathing on the roof. Work is teaching some of the employees how to make his coffee, or wizard's brew. And Doc is reading up. Doc is getting his clinic ready to open. The rest of the group in the manor is relaxing, and a explosion happens right outside of the manor. I had everyone roll Perception and Arcana and called the game there. I wrote down their scores, and I'm not sure if this was a good idea or not. This is pretty much end of session rolls. I am hoping to create some kind of tension, like stopping right before a big fight would, and wanting the players to want more. I will be able to see if everyone liked it, or if it turned out to be a good idea next week. It also gives me some more time to maybe write up some better descriptions than I would have came up with right on the spot. Because every roll kind of gives a different answer, right? Someone who rolls a 10 is much different than someone who rolls a 20, right? And the position matters, at least for me when I roll. When I have them roll perception, it matters a lot to me. If they're outside versus inside, and they both get 20s, they get two different answers. They wouldn't get the same. At least in my mind, they wouldn't. I've heard DMs just give, everyone who got the 20 gets this answer, which I don't really like. But anyways, hopefully this works. Also want to bring up Stars and Wishes. I also asked them to do this. It's a thing where they will send me their star moment, as well as what they wish for more, or something that they wish that they wanted to happen in the game. That is lacking, at least at this time. I think it's a good idea to touch base after a little bit, especially if you're focusing on a couple things like certain players' backstories, or combat a lot, or role play a lot, so that you can get a feel of the group to see if they're liking it or not. Their wishes aren't going to come true. You shouldn't try to make everyone's wishes come true, because that's just gonna water out the game. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want, this guy, I want better armor. I wish that I could find better armor and just give him better armor. Because every time you do these kind of wishes, then they'll just ask for better stuff, right? You're not looking for those kind of answers. They can give those answers because maybe that's the only thing that's lacking. And if that's the only thing that's lacking, they'll get that stuff eventually. Just that stuff, at least in my game, will take some time. What I'm looking for in these wishes are, I'm trying to get a feel of maybe seeing a small issue before it becomes a big one. Or maybe they're like, hey, I really don't like having to do this over and over and over again. Maybe something that's just, not needed, and you didn't realize that, right? And you're like, oh, I can get rid of this, right? Something that's maybe small and pointless. So it's a good idea to touch base, I believe. I think it's always a smart move. Please let me know if you like it down in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with your friend. And like always, have a beautiful day.